Welcome back, math friends. Today we're taking a look at lesson 1.3. Lesson 1.3, so make sure that you write that down on the top of your page in your math notebook. This is lesson 1.3, and we're talking about order of operations. Now, a lot of people mistakenly think that everything happens from left to right, just like how you read. But in math, if there's different operations like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, there might be exponents, things like that, there's a certain order that you have to follow to make sure that you get the correct answer whenever you're evaluating an expression. So we use it to evaluate expressions that involve more than one math operation. You have to do them in the correct order. So please make sure that you write this down. First of all, number one, you are going to start with operations within grouping symbols like parentheses or brackets. Now, oftentimes that we'll call that the P, the parentheses. Now that means any grouping symbol. Now a fraction bar can act as a grouping symbol. So it can act like parentheses. Now the next thing after that is you evaluate any exponents or powers. We learned about that in lesson 1.2. So exponents. Okay? Parentheses or grouping symbols, then exponents. Then after you've done those two things, you do multiplication and division operations in order from left to right. So whatever comes first as you move from left to right. Doesn't matter, division might come first, so you do the division first if you're moving from left to right. But we say multiplication and division. Okay? PEMD, all right? So then, what doggone it, look at that. After that, after you do the multiplication, you do additions and subtractions. Additions and subtractions. And you do those in order from left to right. Okay? That's the order of operations. Now there's a memory device. It's called a mnemonic device to help you remember PEMDAS. And it goes like this. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Whoever Aunt Sally is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, PEMDAS. That will help you remember the order of operations. Some people would say that it's GEMDAS because GEM, or the G, is grouping. Brackets, parentheses, and fraction bars. But let's try it out. Now that we know what we're doing, let's try it out. Now, we're going to evaluate this expression when x equals 4. So we're learning what we learned in the first lesson on variable expressions. So we're going to, x is going to be 4. So this is 3 times x squared plus 1. Okay? So that is 3 times 4 squared, because remember x is 4 plus 1. All right, well, as you can see, there aren't any grouping symbols, and so we don't have to do parentheses, so we go on to the exponents, and we see the exponent right here. It's 4 to the second power, so we're going to rewrite that as, now that's 4 times 4, so that's 16, so this would be 3 times 16 plus 1. Okay, now we did the exponent. What comes after that? Multiplication or division, and we see multiplication here. 3 times 16. 3 times 16 happens to be 48 plus 1. 48 plus 1 is 49. So, following the correct order of operations, like we did, we get 49 for this when x equals 4. Okay, let's do the next one. Make sure you write these down in your math notebook. And remember, you can pause this video at any time and rewatch it, whatever you need to do to make sure that you're being successful. Okay, so we're looking at 32 divided by 4 squared minus 1. Okay, so there are no grouping symbols, no parentheses, so we go to the exponents. Exponent. 4 squared, so that's 4 times 4 again, that's 16. So 32 divided by 16 minus 1. Well, 32 divided by 16 is 2. Minus 1, and 2 minus 1 is 1. There you go. Easy peasy, follow the order of operations. Now let's put the left to right rule into action. We have 16 plus 4 divided by 2 minus 3. Okay, great. Well, there aren't any parentheses. There are no exponents. So we move on to the multiplication and division. Well, there's no multiplication, but I see division here. So we have 4 divided by 2. We have to do that first. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And everything else just comes down as it was. Do these very step by step. It's very important. You just follow step by step. Now the order of operation, we go left to right. Okay, so 16 plus 2 is 18 minus 3, and 18 minus 3 is 15. Okay, no worries. Now remember what I talked about with fraction bars. Fraction bars act as grouping symbols, so you can imagine just putting parentheses around everything above and below the fraction bar. So this would become, we can do the top one first, 7 times 4 is 28. And then we do the one down below. Now this one's going to be kind of interesting because there are multiple operations in the parentheses, in that grouping symbol that's under the fraction bar. We have to do the exponent part first. That's 7 to the second power. That's 7 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. So this would be 8 plus 49 minus 1. Still all under the parentheses. Our 28 stays right where it is. Now we go in order from left to right. 8 plus 49 is 57 minus 1. Still in parentheses because we're not done with that part yet. 28 stays the same up top. 57 minus 1 is 56. All right, and so now we have 28 over 56, or 28 divided by 56, because that's what that fraction bar means. It's division. Notice how a fraction kind of looks like a division symbol. We have something on top and a line and something on the bottom. Fractions, division. 28 divided by 56, well, that's on my calculator, that's going to go 0.5, or we know that that's 1/2. So there you have it. Beautiful. So everything you ever wanted to know about fraction bars and how they become grouping symbols. Now let's use this in a real-world application. Going to the theme park, and the admission prices are different for different ages of people. Adults are $34, children 3 to 9 are $21, and children 2 and under are free. So suppose a family of 2 adults and 3 children go to the park. Sweet, that seems easy. Let's just get started. No, read all the directions. The children's ages are 6, 8, and 13. Write an expression that represents the admission price for the family. Okay, well, there are 2 adults. Let's see, 6, 8, and 3 kids. Let's see, kid prices are ages 3 through 9. So this one's a kid, that's a kid, that's a kid. This 13-year-old, they're not a kid anymore. They're going to have to pay the adult price. Aww. So that means we have to multiply 2 times, 3 times 34 plus 2 times 21. Now we can put those in parentheses. We don't have to because we have to do the order of operations. We have to do the multiplication first anyway. So 3 times 34 is 102, and 2 times 21 is 42. Dyslexia. All right, and 102 plus 42 is 144. There you go. So the family will pay $144 to go to the amusement park. Sweet. And here we are right at the practice. Now you can freeze this video and copy this information down into your math notebook, or you can go back to the slide where you found this video and click on the practice, and it'll take you to the page that has this on there. You can print it off or whatever, but these are your practice problems. Not very many. Do the best you can. I will see you next time, and don't forget to be awesome.